Okay, so today we won't talk about funnels and campaigns and general growth strategies. Today I will talk about the number one thing, basically three absolutely foundational core elements you need to get right in order to make sales, marketing, and lead generation very easy, successful, and profitable. Because if you don't have these three core elements in place and you didn't nail them, then like all your efforts will be for nothing and you will just like struggle and hustle, spend time and money on marketing, content creation, or watch endless YouTube videos to get things right. I guarantee this will be the last video you have to watch to understand why your marketing is currently not working as it should be, why it's so hard to get clients even if you go, for example, on networking events or do cold outreach or post content regularly, but nobody signs up for booking a sales call with you or buying your products or services. This is what you need to fix in order to make marketing and sales pretty easy. So let's jump in right now. You might be wondering why I know this and why you should listen to me. Well, I've worked as a business owner myself starting in 2006, and from 2006 till 2018, it was actually very incredibly hard for me to win new clients. They just came in by randomness and accident from my network or from somewhere, but I had no clue and no idea how to systematize this so that my business grows more predictably and consistently. And one day, after I really listened to 18 audiobooks on Audible and read over 20 books on marketing and sales, I thought, well, I can continue doing all these things, but what do all these books and all these authors and all these experts have in common? And I took this one thing and reflected on, well, am I doing the right thing already? Do I have this foundation, or am I just trying to implement the tactics without having the foundation nailed? And this foundation is having a clear market positioning, a clear value proposition, and an irresistible offer that you can promote in your marketing. And with these components in place, my business generated 13.4 million in revenue in the last 4 years. And I helped over 500 other business owners like agencies, consultants, trainers, and software as a service businesses to generate more high quality leads and clients by simplifying their marketing, implementing a strong core offer they can promote easily in marketing and where clients actually say yes to, and having the foundation set, which is a clear market positioning and a unique value proposition to stand out in a noisy and crowded marketplace. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps how you can get these fundamentals, this very important foundation, nailed in your marketing. So let's start with the first step. The first step is either you look at your current clients and you create kind of a service assessment or a client assessment to check like which type of clients are you currently working with and which types of services or products did you sell to them? And then what did they get as a result from these services? Because that is really important to understand. Clients don't work with you because just you are you. I mean, we all would love to see and hear that, but in the end, it's because they don't even want the service or the product you're selling. They want the benefit from this. So if you do a client service assessment, you should also look at what did these people that gave you money get after working with you or after buying your service. This is basically the main value they get from your product or service. Okay, so you create a list, then you have good transparency about who your clients are and what they wanted from you, what they got, your product or service, and what was the benefit, the results you've generated for these people with your products or your services. Okay, then let's look at the next step. The next step is actually defining crystal clearly what you sell, the tangible thing that people pay money for. So it is very important, and most businesses totally ignore this, that you need to sell something the market really wants. And you can find that out. You don't have to rely on guesswork. You can find out what the market really wants. But first, before I tell you how you find it out, you need to identify what you could sell. And what you could sell is something that people pay money for. Let me give you an example. If you are a service provider, let's say you are selling digital marketing services. Well, people don't pay for digital marketing. because that's just a very broad topic. People either pay for an agency or they pay for the result the agency creates, for example, marketing campaigns, funnels, websites, whatever an agency creates as the main topic of the agency or any service-based business. And even more important is that they will give you the money because they want the result from this. So the campaigns, the funnels, or the website, they need to increase traffic, they need to increase leads, right? Traffic is nice, but it's not so valuable because if it's shitty traffic, it will never convert into leads and clients. The next stage of value is generating leads. Better is generating high quality leads, and the best is, of course, generating clients. But of course, you need to look at what you can really influence and impact yourself, right? If they do the sales closing, you can only impact the lead quality, but you cannot impact if they actually convert leads into clients, okay? So it's the work result that you create, which is funnels or campaigns, or if you are a consultant, you consult on something, or if you are selling a software as a service business, you eventually have a software that automates a specific process, etc., right? Or it's a product category like business intelligence software or CRM software, etc., okay? So that's the output. That's the actual tangible thing clients get and pay money for. Then there is the outcome. The outcome is the benefit of this thing. For example, with a CRM system, that's the output. The outcome, the value is you have your sales process much more organized and you make more revenue simply because you see sales opportunities easily. Or for a marketing campaign, if this is the output, the outcome is to get high quality leads that convert into paying clients, right? So it's always like you get this so that you achieve this benefit or result. And that's actually what you need in order to have a clear positioning for your business, right? You want to be clear about what is it that you offer and why do potential clients want this thing? Why do they want the consultation? Why do they want working with an agency? Why do they want to buy this product or this service or the campaign or whatever? The outcome, the benefit is so important. It's more important than the actual thing, the mechanism, the product, the service, the tangible thing that people buy, because what motivates them is either to get the outcome or to get a pain solved, right? If you, for example, buy aspirin, if you have a headache, you don't want a specific outcome. Maybe you want your head to be free. That's the benefit. But ultimately, it's that the pain goes away, okay? And if you identify the pain and you can help your clients get a relief from this pain, then they will also pay for it. So it's either always thriving towards a specific outcome, a specific goal, or relieving from a pain, okay? So that's your value proposition. And your positioning is the combination of to whom do you want to sell, who should be your perfect client, and why or what do they want, right? So either the pain relief or like the goal, the solution, the desired result, okay? So this is your positioning. And now the last part is the offer creation. So what do you actually offer? Not just a tangible thing like this cup, by the way, but the offer should always clearly articulate the transformation, like either remove of pain or achieving a specific goal, a specific outcome, and then only what it is. So for example, your offer should consist of the following components. You definitely should have a result promise headline. For example, in 30 days, I built your sales funnel to get minimum 10 high qualified leads a month. That is a clear promise, right? It solves the problem of not having enough leads, and it shows people that they can get a sales funnel in 30 days that generates high quality leads every single month, okay? So that's how you articulate what you sell in a way that clients really see it, recognize it, and want to say yes to, which means they book a call with you, a sales call, or they buy from you. Now, the other parts are the added benefits, right? It's not just that you sell this main thing, the main result, right? The sales funnel that generates high quality leads, but there are also additional benefits that you could mention and should mention in order to increase the value of your offer, the perceived value. So clients see this and say, hey, this is even cool, but the additional benefits I get, they are even better. So I'm going to book a call. And these additional benefits related, for example, to a sales funnel could be, well, clear market positioning, automate sales by 85%, never miss out on sales opportunities, stand out in your marketplace, etc. Right? That's now a bit generic, but in the end, when you are able to write down and nail your result promise headline, then it will be easier to list it out and define all the other benefits. And by the way, if you are interested, we have a workshop where you can get your entire positioning, your value proposition and your offer, including a KPI-based marketing and sales funnel plan created in only 1 hour at a fraction of the price you would otherwise pay if you hire marketing agencies or consultants. It's only like cheap price compared to $5,000 or $15,000 or euros that you otherwise would pay if you hire people who do the work manually. And why we can sell this so cheap and deliver the results so fast is, well, because based on all the experience I got after working with over 500 other agency owners, I've trained an AI that walks you through all the steps to make it easy for you to position your business as a unique player in the market, create a value proposition that people see and actually say yes to, and an offer that makes it easy to attract the right potential clients and generate high quality leads online. In other words, you will have this foundation, the 3 core elements done in 1 hour, and now you're set up to implement successful marketing strategies, campaigns, and funnels to get leads and clients a lot easier and more profitably. So let's go to the last part. The last part is then, of course, using your offer and implementing it in your marketing. How do you do this? Well, you always start talking about a problem that you can solve with your offer, and you kind of educate your clients a bit about why this problem needs to be solved, right? You agitate the problem, you make it bigger, you increase the pain, you educate about the consequences, what happens if they don't solve the problem, and this motivates people to think about solving the problem right now. It makes it more urgent. And once you have this done in your content strategy, now you talk a bit about, okay, how this problem will actually be solved. Just in a way like I described now, how you set the foundation for your marketing to work successfully and profitably. And the next part is then, well, you create the content and you push it out and you measure the performance. You can do it with organic content or you can do it with paid ads. With organic content, you spend and invest your time, right? Because when you post the content, you create content every single day. It takes a lot of time. It takes time to create it and it takes time until you see results. Now with paid ads, you spend your money and you have to spend money upfront in order to get enough data to see what it works. But you get this data much faster. So you speed up the time or you shrink the timeline from starting your first campaign to getting leads and clients, and you can improve over there because you get a lot of data, and with paid ads you get data faster and you get more data. So that's basically everything you need to build a solid foundation for your marketing to generate high quality leads and clients. And if you got some small wow moments or something that gave you a bit more clarity and now you know what you need to do in order to make your marketing more profitable, more successful, I would appreciate if you give me a like and subscribe, because this will help me stay motivated and create more of these videos. And twice a week, I'm going to release videos helping you grow much faster, more profitably, and with less work, thanks to the power of systems, automation, and AI. I'm looking forward to the next video. Cheers and happy scaling.